All right, ladies and gents, welcome to the trade recap for today. We are still running the 450K max allocation challenge with Alpha Futures. I am down 500 on each account from today, still at 150K. Yesterday made 500, today lost 500, so still even on the account balance. It's day two, it's still taking it really slow. So let me update you guys on what's happening. So I'm in replay mode right now, showing why I had the daily bias that I had. So first things first, we had an SMT at Asia lows coming into the morning. We had this 4-hour bullish gap that was being respected. Now, what I mainly wanted to take note of is this daily bearish gap being inversed. Okay, so yesterday we came up and we inversed this daily bearish gap. So when I'm looking at the higher time frame and I'm thinking, okay, what could potentially make us go down lower? And right now on the daily time frame, there's nothing, right? Yesterday we were bullish, but it was still a little bit of like bearish bullish bias because we were trading inside of this daily bearish gap. But today there was no way I was gonna have a bearish bias. We inversed the daily bullish gap, the daily bearish gap, and we also had a bullish engulfing candle. Okay? I know a lot of you are probably not familiar with this term, bullish engulfing candle, but if I look at this candle, okay, if I look at this daily bearish candle, okay, what do I notice? I notice that the Friday, February 6th candle closed. Okay, first of all, it made a bigger range than the previous bearish candle, and it closed above and below the previous body. Okay, so those two things classify as an engulfing candle. When you create a bigger range than the previous candle and the body closure is above and bigger than the previous candle. So this is a daily bullish engulfing candle. So there's a very strong bullish confluence. It tells me that we made this move down, okay? Price came down to here. The bears were winning, and now the bulls have completely taken over. At this point in price, the bulls in the market have said, that's enough, we're going back up, and we've completely inversed this move and made a strong close above. So just that gave me a bullish bias yesterday, and now it gave me a bullish bias today. So we inverse this bearish candle, and now I'm looking at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame looks really good. Okay, we have an SMT at Asia lows. I want price to push up higher. Where do I want price to go? Previous day high. Okay, I want price to go to this previous day high. I want price to go to this daily high above as well. Why? Because if we're going to respect this 4-hour, then we're definitely going to push up much higher than this. Go down to the 2-hour time frame. Same thing. All right, SMT at Asia lows. Right here. So on the 4-hour time frame, obviously it showed that we came down and swept that, but on the hourly, coming into market open, we had an SMT at Asia low. So 4-hour retest, SMT inside of the 4-hour bullish gap. I think that price is going to just rip up off rip at 9:30 a.m. This was a mistake, right? I never ever trade like market open, and today I tried to trade market open. Makes no sense. Makes no sense that I tried to trade market open today, right? So like, even though we're doing a review session for you guys to learn, I want you guys to know, like, this is also me learning from my own mistakes, right? I'm not perfect. I'm not any better than you guys, other than the fact that I've been doing it longer and I've figured out how to fucking take care of myself, right? But some days, like today, I still have a bad day. It still happens. To this day, I still have bad days after 4 years of trading. So I don't want you guys to beat yourselves up about it. When you have a bad day, when you're on tilt, it happens to the best traders in the world. I'm not one of the best traders in the world. That's not what I'm saying. But I've talked to some of the best traders in the world, and they tell me that they still have days like this when they're fully on tilt and they're fucking panicking or making bad decisions and letting their emotions in play. okay? But the moment you let your emotions in play is the moment you lose control, right? Because trading is the easiest and hardest job on the planet. It's the easiest to make money, but it's also the easiest to lose money. Like that. If you're out of focus, if you're out of control for 2 seconds within the markets, you'll lose money. And that's exactly what happened to me today, right? So I was super bullish. I saw this bullish SMT on the 4 hour. I saw these stacked highs above, and it just like, oh my God, I was looking at it, I was like, fuck. This is one of those days that market's gonna open and just immediately rip to all of my take profits, right? But I went in there thinking that I can just magically predict the first 5 minutes of market open. Like, yeah, I have a general idea, and 90% of the time I'm right, but that doesn't mean that I can predict the entry and I could predict the open, which 9:30 to 9:35 is when the biggest manipulation in the market tends to happen. Sometimes it's the delivery, but 90% of the time that is going to be the biggest manipulation time zone and like little period of time where price tends to manipulate. Not deliver, manipulate. So, what ends up happening is that I'm super bullish to these daily highs. I want this SMT to hold, and I'm waiting for market to open. Okay, so let's see what market open does. Where's market open? Bang. That's 925. That's 930. Okay, so first mistake. Let's go on the 30-second time frame. First mistake here is that we had a 30-minute bullish gap right here that I marked out. I wanted to see price come down, tap into the 30-minute bullish gap, not come all the way down to Asia lows, right? I wanted to see it get respected, and then I wanted to see an immediate reaction higher. So what do? I see that price comes down and taps into the 30-minute, and I see that we have a 15-second close all the way up here. Okay? I'll show you how fucking stupid I was this morning. Right? Bang. This was the trade that I took at market open. Like, I know you guys are going to call me fried, and I deserve it. I fully deserve it, because this was actually so fried. Right at market open, we came down, bang, tapped into the 30-minute, 15-second inverse, and I entered here, right? Horrible trade. Horrible. First of all, I'm new to using the 38-second and 15-second. I've already understood after a week of using it that the 15-second is like probably the dumbest time frame on the planet. And I've fully taken it out of my arsenal, right? I no longer use the 15-second. It's too up and down. There's no reason for why I should use it. And I thought that I could use it to my advantage to get an early move on market open. What ended up happening, price immediately just dumped lower. Okay? I got caught in the manipulation. Could this have played out? Yes, right? Because a lot of the times, what market tends to do is this, right? Like, I've backtested. I didn't just pick up the 15-second and start trading it out of nowhere. I backtested it at market open. And a lot of the times this happens. We come down, we tap into a 15-minute or 30-minute that's right there. And then we have like a 30-second or 15-second inverse to the upside, and price delivers after the first little manipulation leg. But do I want to be in on trades between 9:30 and 9:35? No, right? Even if I'm going to catch a fast, big move, do I want to be in those trades? Is that the type of trader that I want to be? And the answer is no, right? For some people, this strategy works great, okay? But don't get me wrong, I love fast moves, but I don't love the 9:30 moves because they're so high pace. The candles are flopping up and down so quick that it's like it almost gives me anxiety when I'm in the trade, right? Do I want to be an anxious trader? No. I'd much rather just chill, let 9:30 to 9:35 do its thing, and either catch the continuation or catch the reversal of what 9:30 to 9:35 does. I've had much better win rate doing that. So I tried it out today. It didn't work. I'm not going to try it out again. Okay? So look what I'm doing. 15 second, gone. All right? I no longer want to look at the 15 second on my fucking chart. So that was the first trade of the day. Then what happened? All right, then we go on the 5-minute time frame. Now I've realized, okay, I'm an idiot. Let me wait for New York to have its full manipulation. I know the target is previous day high. I know the target's previous day high. So let me not be an idiot. Let me actually wait for the real delivery that's going to go towards previous day high. So I let the 5-minute play out. So now, what am I waiting for? I am waiting for price to finish its manipulation. Clearly it wants to manipulate lower. Let me let it manipulate lower. Okay, so on the way down, what am I looking for? I am looking for a 5-minute mech or 5-minute reversal to the upside, right? I mark out this 5-minute bearish gap. Okay, it's an unfilled bearish gap. I always mark out my 5 minutes when I'm in live session because they're great targets. Okay, so then I go down to the 1-minute time frame. And what do I see? First thing I see is that we come down and we re-sweep this 4-hour low. So previously we had this 4-hour low and we had in a bullish SMT at Asia lows. What ended up happening, price came down and re-swept this 4-hour low, invalidating the bullish SMT, which usually would be a bearish confluence, but you have to look at where the bearish SMT was invalidated. Where was it invalidated? Inside of a 4-hour bullish gap. So we came down, re-swept the 4-hour low inside of the 4-hour bullish gap. So a liquidity sweep within a 4-hour bullish gap. That's a huge bullish confluence. And then what happens? We get a 1-minute inverse targeting the 5-minute unfilled bullish gap. I'm sorry, the 5-minute unfilled bearish gap above right away. Okay, so we come down, we get the sweep, and then we have a 1-minute V-shaped recovery targeting that unfilled 5 as break even and full TP at these 9:30 highs. All right, look how beautiful of a trade that is. Right? That's a beauty of a trade. I'm so not mad that this didn't play out because it was completely in line with my bias. And I'm aware that the 1-minute V-shape is a little bit lower probability than waiting for the 5-minute inverse that we have up here. Okay? Of course, when I look at this, what is the highest probability long? It would be the inverse of this 5-minute. It would be one of two things. Either the inverse of this 5-minute, okay, or the inverse of this 5-minute plus 5-minute structure, come down, tap into a 5-minute bullish gap, get an inverse out, okay? Those would be the two highest probability trades. But what does the V-shape model allow us to do? The V-shape model allows us to try to get in early on longs in this situation. So I combine the V-shape with the mech model. So 1-minute inverse targeting the 5-minute unfilled, that's mech. With the V-shape on top of that, that looks, I wouldn't say A+, but that's definitely an A setup. Considering the risk to reward that we could have gotten on this trade, that's a beauty, right? So I took this 1-minute inverse, and as you guys know, got stopped out. Why did I get stopped out? No real reason. There's no real reason. I've tried to convince myself that there's something that I missed, but to be completely honest with you, And I'm not like saying this in a dicky way. There's no reason, right? Because we came down and we reswept this low, okay, where my stop loss was on NQ, but we didn't even come down and resweep it on ES. And that's how I know that there was nothing wrong. It's just simply market moving the way it moves, right? Sometimes you can't blame yourself on the market. You can't think, oh my God, the market was hunting my stop loss. Oh my God, the market, it wanted to stop me out. Like, you can't think like that, because the market every single day does whatever the fuck it wants. You have no control over the market. The only thing that you have control over is your mind, your discipline, your account balance, and you clicking this little button right here. That is the only thing you have control over. Whatever the market wants to do, it's going to do it. It doesn't care about your stop loss. Okay? It does not care at all. I want that to be clear, because I know a lot of times it's like, oh fuck, it literally came down 2 ticks under my stop loss and then ripped up. Like, it almost feels like it wanted to stop me out. Does not care, bro. Does not care. We trade on prop firms. 99% of retail traders, I wouldn't say 99, but I'd say like 80% of retail traders are trading on prop firms, especially in the ICT space. Our orders don't even impact the market. They don't even exist in the market. My buy orders don't even exist in the market. Okay? So I can't blame the markets for hunting my stop loss when my stop loss doesn't even exist in the real markets. Okay? Because I'm on a prop firm. I love prop firms. Nothing wrong against prop firms. Love them. Great way to leverage money. But cannot blame the markets, right? So we came down. Unfortunate that we had to resweep this low by 3 ticks. And then what happened? We had an SMT at this internal low where the initial sweep happened. Okay, if I look at ES right here, SMT, can you guys see that? Bang, SMT there. SMT there. Okay, we have a 1 minute SMT at the low of the initial sweep that caused me to go into this 1 minute. And then what happens? We get a 30-second re-entry. Whoa, sorry. Blah. That shit came out of nowhere. Okay. Bang. So, we come down, we re-sweep the low, and then we get this little cheeky 30-second inverse entry. Now, after losing a trade, okay, I lost this trade at 9:48 a.m. and 30 seconds. The re-entry happened at 9:49 and 30 seconds. So exactly 1 minute after I got stopped out. I am in no mental position to look for a re-entry that quick. Okay? Because my number one rule is that once you lose, you need to zoom out. Once you lose, even if it's not your fault, right? Because even in this situation, this was not my fault. This was just how market moved. Unfortunately, I hit my stop loss, whatever. It was a great trade. I need to take at least 5 minutes to recoup myself, look at the 4 hour, look at the 1 hour, look at the 30-minute, look at what time it is, and analyze, okay, did I get stopped out because my bias is wrong, or did I get stopped out because my entry happened to be slightly incorrect and market wanted to go a little bit lower? I need time to recollect myself. I can't 1 minute later, 60 seconds later, just immediately hop into a 30-second inverse. I can't do it. If I would have taken this 30-second inverse, it would have been bad discipline. It would have been horrible. Imagine, I get stopped out, and then 60 seconds later, I'm in another trade. No. Okay? I'm not going to do that. But If I didn't take this trade and I saw this 30-second inverse, I would have smacked that John. I would have absolutely smacked that John. It's a great trade. Didn't get in on that. Okay? So what is my next best option if I still believe in longs? The highest probability trade. At this point, I went for a risky trade, right? The 1 minute V shape. Now I don't have more capital to risk on a risky trade. I don't want to put more capital towards something that I don't feel 100% confident in after losing a trade. So I'm going to take the safe route. What is the safe route here? 5 minute inverse, right? Because if I look at price right now, after coming down and tapping into the 4 hour, what is the only thing preventing us from going higher to these daily highs? I have to look at where's price. Price is right here, okay? What is in between price right here and this daily high? Now I have to go through every time frame. On the 1 hour, do we have any bearish gaps? No. On the 30 minute, do we have any bearish gaps? No, because this sweep happened past that, right? This 30 minute got inversed. So no 30 minute bearish gaps. Do we have a 15 minute bearish gap? No. Okay. Do we have, because we're here. Remember, we're here. We need to go up here. What's in between here and here? No 15 minute bearish gap. Is there a 10 minute? 10 minute is creating. Is there a 5 minute? Yes, there's a 5 minute. Okay. So do I go down to the 4 minute? No. Do I go down to the 3 minute? No. I stay on the 5 minute. 5 minute right now is the highest time frame, bearish for value gap, that I see that's in between price right now and my target, which is this daily high. So what is my condition? My condition is to take the 5 minute inverse long, targeting those daily highs. Bang. So I get my entry right there. Okay, 5 minute comes up. I missed the 30-second entry, but the 5 minute comes up and gets inversed. So this is now my trade. I am now in on this trade. My stop is right here. And my full TP is up here, right? I have TP1 and TP2. So what ends up happening? Price comes up. Smacks TP1, okay? Bang. So we took a loss, but now we just took a dub. We just won this trade targeting this daily high. So finally, my daily buys played out exactly how it was supposed to. Could I have avoided this 1 minute inverse? Not really. Honestly, no. Like, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I wouldn't have taken this 1 minute inverse. If tomorrow the same play happens, I would take that 1 minute inverse. So I'm not mad about it. Am I mad I didn't take the 30-second? No, because I had just lost a trade. I'm being good. I'm being good with my discipline. I'm waiting for the higher probability setup. What was the higher probability setup? This 5 minute inverse. Bang. 5 minute inverse goes up, takes out previous day high. TP1 smacked. Now I move my stop to break even. Then, right, we make this nice 1 minute candle. This looks like a good level to move my stop up to. So now this red line is where I move my stop to. Okay, so TP1 confirmed, and now I'm waiting for TP2 to get hit all the way here. What ends up happening? Bang, price dumps and hits my trailed stop. So TP1 and then trailed stop and profit hit. Bang. Now, where does price go down into? Price goes down and taps into both 5 minute bullish gaps. I'm still bullish on the day. I still want to see these daily highs get taken. And price comes down and takes out these 5 minutes. So what ends up happening is that we get a re-entry. Forget where the re-entry is. Yeah, here it is. Bang. Okay, so we come down, we tap into the 5 minute, then we come down and we retest the 5 minute again, twice, and then get a 1 minute inverse clean, great distribution, Sorry, not distribution, displacement. Great displacement to the upside after tapping into the 5-minute, and I'm still bullish to these highs above, right? So I get in on longs here, and then I'm also eyeing this 4-minute because I know we have this 4-minute bearish gap, but I want to see this 1-minute displace higher and go inverse this 4-minute. So what ends up happening is price goes up higher and it actually inverses this 4-minute. Beautiful. So we inverse this 4-minute. I'm already in on the 1-minute. It's a confidence booster that we inverse the 4-minute. So I add to my position and then I get stopped out. Bang. Again, let's take a step back now. Right? I won off the 5-minute and then my trailed stop got hit. Previous day high got taken. Okay? Where was my bias so confident to coming into the morning? Previous day high. I was confident to these daily highs above, but when we play in a game of probability, right? And I wish I had this conversation with myself like live during the session. If I am so bullish to that daily high, and that's my first target, that's the highest probability target, previous day high, for my bias to play out, and I'm in on the trade that hits that highest probability target, why am I entering on another trade? And this was the only mistake I'd say the first trade mistake on the 15-second chart. I don't even know why that happened. Second trade, not a mistake. This 1-minute inverse, not a mistake. Third trade, great trade, right? Great trade, played out to TP, but now TP has been hit. What does that mean? That means that daily high has been hit. That means that in New York session, we just made two big moves. Okay? And now I expect price to come down and make another big move after already taking out previous day high, which was the highest probability trade. No, that's where I fucked up, right? Because at that point, I should have zoomed out. I should have seen, okay, what just happened? New York session, since it's open, made two big moves. And this is something that I have been analyzing and I repeat it all the time on stream. New York session makes two very good, clean moves every morning, right? 95% of the time, and then chops around. Waits until 11 a.m., and then 11 a.m. will make a move. Then 30 minutes are good. Waits until PM session. PM session makes a move. That's it. But what do I trade? I trade New York AM session. So if I see two big moves, one to Asia lows and one to previous day high, two big moves play out right in front of me. I even catch the trade to previous day high. I caught the trade. And I know this in the back of my head that New York session makes two good moves and then chops around. Why am I re-entering on this trade? Why am I trying to re-enter? Doesn't make sense. Does not make sense. Horrible trading today. Because I should have zoomed out. I should have seen that, yes, this looks like a good setup, but I just want to trade. I just broke even on the day. Why am I going to go risk my profits with a lower probability setup? Shouldn't have happened. Should not have happened. So I'm glad that we did this review session, because this is something that I really want to crack down on. I really, really, really want to never have these problems. I see the target, I see the bias, I see the vision. Guys, I'm telling you, bro, like, This is me just being honest with you. I don't want you guys to take this as me like showing off or anything. When I'm trading these charts, bro, I feel so confident in my bias. So confident in my bias. I knew this daily high was gonna get hit. It was just a matter of when. Right? Like I had every single like fucking brain cell. I don't have many, but every single one that I have that's working told me this daily high is gonna get hit. This 5-minute inverse is 1,000% gonna play out to previous day high. That's exactly what happened. But after that, why am I gonna fucking waste my time looking at this? Look at this, bro. Look at this. Look at what I just highlighted. That's what price action looked like after taking out previous day high. And I didn't even have the brain power to zoom out and realize, holy shit, we just made 2 really good moves. I caught one of the moves. Let me get out of the session. It's done. The session's done. There's no more high probability setups. Because look at this. Look at the 5-minute chart. Look at this, bro. This is so whack. Look at this. Chop, 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 chop. Chop city, bro. Chop city. Why do I want to trade this? I shouldn't. So, update on the accounts. I am down 500. I was up 500 on the accounts yesterday. Now I'm down 500, so I'm break even on the accounts that I started on Monday. They're all at 150K on the dot. So, yeah, no progress made, but no progress lost, right? Lessons learned. This day could have been way worse. The fact that I only lost 500 today is a blessing. It's a blessing because the way I traded today, I should have blown the 150K accounts. But I only lost 500, right? But this is why I tell you guys to journal. This is me journaling to myself. Even though you guys are here listening to me, and I love it because I love fucking being open with my trading to you guys because I think there's a lot that people can learn from this. But I'm learning at the same time. So make sure that you guys are journaling with yourself. All right? There's a journal tab in the Discord that I look at once a week. All right, for like 4 hours, I'll sit through and read everyone's journal and leave comments and try to help out as much as possible. Guys, it's a free resource. Free resource. I'm literally slaving away for you guys. All right? Use it. It's called Spaghetti Journal. You can go in there, make your journal entry, update it every day. If you post 2 journal entries in there and then don't post for like another 2 weeks, I'm not reading your journal. Because I'm only going to read and help out the people that I see are consistent with it. If I see that, if I go through like 2 weeks of your journal and every single day you made a journal entry, I'll spend my time on your journal entry trying to help you out as much as possible. I will go in there and I will literally try to help out as much as possible. I'll read through it. I'll sit there, carefully analyze, try to make a trader profile on you, try to understand, okay, I can tell that there's a pattern here of mistakes that this person is making. Let me try to help out. Samaya knows. I leave hella comments on Samaya's trading journal because she's consistent with it, right? But just how you guys hold me accountable, I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm not going to help you guys out if you're fucking making 1 journal entry a week, okay? No. If I see that you're trying, I will put in effort for you as well. I will reciprocate that effort. But I'm not going to fucking sit here and baby anyone and like call you and be like, yo, why aren't you posting in your journal? No, I don't got time for that, bro. I'm focused on becoming one of the best traders in the world, right? And this is just the start of my journey. And that's why I don't want pressure, right? Like a lot of people in my situation, there's a lot of people that I am a lot more profitable than a lot of people that you see in the trading space. But they charge for what they do. Like all of this that's going on in front of you right now, people charge thousands of dollars for. I don't. Not because I'm a fucking saint, okay? I'm not. Like I go out drinking all the time and premarital sex and all that shit. So I'm not a saint, okay? But I don't want the pressure, because right now, the biggest thing that I care about is helping you guys, number one. And number two is becoming the best version of myself that I can possibly be. Right? I want to become an insane trader, bro. I don't want to make money off selling a course. I don't want to make money off charging the Discord. I want to make money off getting 100K payout months. Okay? That is what would satisfy me. Not making money off of Discord. I don't care, bro. I do this for fun because I love live trading with you guys. Like, I really, really, really love live trading. Like, it makes me a much better trader, and I love having a community where I can just like pick up the phone, send some like stupid DM or stupid video in there, and like, you know, like, it's a community, bro. It's all of us just going through the same process together. So I love that about that. And I don't want pressure on people paying me to help out. Nothing. No. I help out because I love it. I trade because I love it. If I were to charge or do any of that stuff that people that are way worse traders than me do, I would get sidetracked from my end goal. Right? And that is one of the biggest things that I see in the trading space. I know people that I'm friends with that used to trade live, and then they became unprofitable. They stopped trading live and they started selling a course, right? And why is that? Because when you start charging and when you have this mentality of trying to make money off of other people, you get sidetracked from the real goal. And what is the real goal? The real goal is to be printing off these charts, be making so much money off these charts that I don't even have time to keep up with making money off Discord. I don't give a fuck about charging you guys $100 a month, bro. What is that gonna do for me in the long term of things? I'm gonna get sidetracked from trying to become one of the best traders in the world to like giving a fuck about charging people $100 a month, bro. I don't care about that. I want to help you guys become good traders. I want you guys to help me become the best trader that I can be by holding me responsible, by calling me up. Like Marian today called me. He's like, bro, I know you're still staring at the charts after what happened. Get the fuck off the charts. Marian text. I'll show you guys the text, bro. I'll literally show you guys the text. This guy literally texted me and he's like, where is it? Yeah, literally texted me. I have a feeling you're still looking at the charts. Get off, brother. Right? Like, bro, that's so W. Like, that's so W. This is why I love having community, bro. Because that's what it is. Like, he was right. He was right. I needed to get my mind off of it. Like, Marian texted me that, and I went straight to the gym. I needed to get off that shit. So, bro, we're all in this together. Like, I just want to I want to be so fucking locked in that I know I'm so set. I want to not have to look at my account balance. I want to trade all month without looking at my account balance. That is my goal. I want to get to the level where I can only focus on actually taking the trades, not look at my account balance for a whole month, and know for a fact that at the end of the month, I'm going to be 5K positive or 10K positive. That's what I want. That's what I'm so focused on. Nothing else. Nothing else crosses my mind. That is my real goal in life. I want to get to that level where I enter a trade. I know exactly how much I should be risking. I know exactly how much I know exactly where my take profit should be, where my trailed stop should be. I know exactly that this is the good trade and that after this I'm done. I want to be okay with that. If it's a win, if it's a loss, if it's a break even, I want to know that I'm getting into the highest probability trade and that after that those 1 or 2 trades, which are the highest probability, I'm out of the markets and I don't feel any remorse. I'm able to focus on whatever else I have to do in the day and not worry about whatever happened an hour ago. That's where I want to be. That's the level I want to get to. And I want you guys to do the same. Because imagine we're all on that level. Imagine we create a community where everybody that's in here is actually locked in, is paying attention, is joining the review sessions, and we're all upping our level. Now you look at the Funded Warriors chat, and it's actual good conversations. You ask a question in there, I don't even have to answer it because there's another 500 profitable, great traders in there that'll answer it for you. I want to wake up in the morning and it's like, it's not even, I don't even have to like worry about what's going on in the chat. I don't even have to like look at the testimonials tab. I know that people are banking. I want to wake up and see that testimonial chat flooded. Not with, oh my God, thank you, Edo, like you're the GOAT. No, I don't know. I want to see it flooded with you guys making payouts. I want to see it flooded with you guys sending P&Ls, sending past evals, sending payouts that you guys are receiving every week, every month. That's what I want to see. All right. So let's lock in, bro. I want you guys to keep me accountable. I want to let me keep you accountable. You keep me accountable. If you ever see me jumpy like I was this morning or taking a trade after previous day high has been taken, come on, call me out, boys. Call me out. I'm asking you. I want you guys to call me out because that was horrible. That was actually heinous. Like the more I look at the fact that I took that last trade, like the more I want to kill myself. Like that was heinous, bro. Yeah, I was ignoring the chat, bro. Someone pick up the phone and spam call me, bro. Dead ass. That was rough. Does anyone have any questions? I feel like that was a great review session, but does anyone have any questions? Great review session. If you have any questions from this review session, which is going to be posted in YouTube, please send it in the questions tab and tag me. And after I eat dinner, I will get to it. Okay, I'm sorry that I'm not staying on to answer questions, but my cousin just called me and he's downstairs. Love you guys, ladies and gents. It's been an honor and a pleasure. I will see you guys tomorrow. Syrup!